Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. We're going to be doing some more Fate Grand Order Summer 9. I can't believe there's already 9 summer events. But we're into that. Hello, Seth. Good evening. It's always funny to see everybody in different time zones. Some people it's morning, sometimes it's evening. Yeah. For me, it's right smack dab in the middle of the day. Neither morning nor evening. I'm doing okay. How about you? It's 9 p.m. here? Yeah. Where's that? Gosh, Mordred's amazing. So far, no CL for me, but you have paycheck. Yeah. I haven't spent a dime on Fate Grand Order in years. I'm just very dedicated to logging in every damn day, doing all the events, and being very selective about who I want to roll for. Whenever there's a guaranteed GSSR, I'm still like, no. I'm not paying any money for that shit. It's so devious. They're like, nope, you can only use paid courts. I'm like, bro, suck off. Suck it. I'm not gonna do that. Not for PNGs. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Alrighty. So yeah, last we left off, poor Aresh Kigal is like, she's a beast of humanity now. She doesn't understand why. We're kind of just keeping it a secret, or trying to. Then all the other servants in our group figure out that she's a beast also, but because there's nothing we can really do about it, they're just keeping it a secret, while trying to figure out what exactly the hell's happening. And we continue our tour. We are in the desert, or we were in the desert. Actually, no, we're still in the desert. Are you gonna go for Pretender Arcoade at the end of the year? Pretender Arcoade. Is that the one where she's a streamer? The Phantasmoon? If so, probably not. Probably not. Yeah. Adjust myself a little. There we go. Here it's 10 p.m. Wow. All right. Zenobia, the Queen of Sheba, and wasn't there one more? Are hanging out in the desert, and they've got their own little camps that they invited us to. You see, there are plenty of dates for everyone. Go on, don't be shy. What about a date with you? Dates are a staple here, just as they are in my homeland. They're made by drying out date palm fruit. Of course, there may be no need to tell you about them, but since I'm sure you've all had them many times before. My point is merely that you're free to eat as many as you like. I'm quite fond of them, too. Is Zenobia married? I remember she was, like, paraded around, like, as a captive. I don't remember her family situation. I need to do her lore. I should do her lore. Oh, hey, welcome. You didn't miss much, I promise. Like a couple of dialogue boxes. Okay, so she was married. Yeah, it'd be worth doing a lore on her. Agreed. This simple sweetness and texture reminds me of dried persimmons. I could eat these all day. Om nom nom. It's too bad Barguest couldn't come with us. Indeed. I suppose it just goes to show how seriously she takes her daily exercise routine. Really? Dubai Sports Gym. Desert Region Branch. That's it, you're doing great. It's kind of amazing. Israel, huh? Wow. Greetings from very far away. But I think it's time to take a break. Your muscles should be feeling the burn pretty well by now. She took power after her husband, a staunch supporter of Rome, died. Okay, right, that sounds familiar. I can't stop here. My summer duty is the protection and preservation of nature. I must remain in top physical form. You really do take this seriously, huh? I've never met somebody who has as many muscles as Barguest with as large of breasts as Barguest. Normally, when you lose fat and gain muscle, your breast size goes down. just my own observation. She defies reality. Seems I shouldn't be using the usual metrics for someone like you. Hello, hello. Alright, time for the hard course. Let's find out where your limits really are. Give me another set. Absolutely. You know, you have the makings of an excellent master. Well, about that. I need to recalibrate my face again. I don't know why. I don't know why. It keeps wanting to give me a resting bitch face. It's like, no, just because I focus on the screen. Just to let you know, I won't be active in chat since I'm at work till 4. Well, thank you. I always find it amazing that you can live stream while at work. I don't think I've ever had a job that was that flexible. But that's really cool. And thank you for the membership. Yes, people at NekoCat's tier membership can consult me at pretty much any time to ask questions about VTubing and video editing and all that sorts of stuff. Any advice that they might have on their own content creation journey. I know how to make models. I know how to edit videos. I know a lot of different things. And at that membership, you could just ask me anything you want at any time. Perhaps within reason, but so far nobody's really stretched that too far. Such unwavering commitment to her principles. She is a true guardian of nature and the desert, in every sense of the word. There's a balance between body fat getting down and thus reducing breast size, and stuff like pecs making the breast perkier by pushing them up a little. A little bit, yes. But we're talking some massive melons here. Giant Mahanagaloos. She can be a little too earnest at times, but I would still love to have someone like her as a general in my army. So, what happened with Mole after that? Don't worry, we were more than fair. Once you've collected her fines, we'll arrange a legally binding contract with her and have her run a bank for us. The only problem was that her money-lending operation wasn't legally authorized. As long as everything is above board, there should be no issue. There's no denying how high the cost of living is here. And when customers are trying to decide what to buy, well, the more choices, the better, right? Yeah, except these are like predatory payday loans and all that bullshit. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, it's still predatory. She was happy to agree. Said it beat just sitting around a jail cell twiddling her thumbs. I can't tell if you're being magnanimous or devious. This desert feels a little different from my homeland, but it is still a fine desert indeed. So as a queen, it is incumbent upon me to enjoy this desert and ensure it remains peaceful. And economic stability is a critical component of peace. That is why I have brought the Queen of Sheba in to serve as my financial minister. She has been a great help in that department. Well, I do know a thing or two about making money in the desert. She's her own queen, though. Maybe she should have her own territory. Convenient that they'll just work together. They were here before the Geneva Convention had any ethics. Or existed. What do I know about the rumored beast? I have been vigilant. However, I have not noticed anything strange thus far. If we did have to contend with a beast, we would not have had time to concern ourselves with a loan shark. I see. Then I guess there are no other problems out here in the desert, huh? I don't know if I would say that. Why, is there a problem? Not exactly, it's more of a request I have for you. Though I confess, one I am embarrassed to make. Good point. If anyone's up to the task, it'll be Master and her crew. Indeed, you see, we have been holding camel races to help drum up business. Camel races? Right, I remember now. In the Middle East, they tend to race camels instead of horses. How fast can a camel run? That's right, I read about them as well. They're quite popular here. No kiddin'. No kiddin'. We do not take bets, but we do offer prize money, and of course, the jockey's honor is on the line too. They are very engaging to watch. At any rate, we have received word that some jockeys will be unable to participate in the next race. Their reasons are understandable: a sudden illness, a camel injury, things of that sort. Whatever the reason, we now need to fill... How many slots are we missing now? 3, I believe. Right. We need to fill 3 slots. I am hoping you might be willing to do so yourselves. You are all well known around here, and having skilled competitors in the race will make things more fun for the spectators. I know this is quite a lot to ask, and suddenly to boot, so I certainly will not demand you claim first place. Though of course, if you do manage to place high, you will be rewarded accordingly with prize money. I see. Money. That does sound like a great way to have fun in the desert, as much for riders as for spectators. Speaking for myself, I prefer oceans of water to seas of sand. I will enjoy this from the stands. Sounds fun, but I don't have a camel. I don't suppose I could ride my own steed, could I? Oh, sure, that would be perfectly fine. Cheater. Cheater, your steed can fly, right? My camel race is special, you see. Anyone who has a horse or mount of their own is free to use it. What about a motorcycle? I then use illusions and perception blocker spells to make them seem like they're riding camels. So anything goes then. In that case, could I compete with my city mechanism? A whole city is probably pushing it. Are you saying that you can race a city? That doesn't make any sense. A car? Sure, but I can't really allow someone to enter the race if it's too big to even qualify as a vehicle. Damn, well, I suppose a city my size could cross this desert in a single step, so it wouldn't be much of a race. Hold on, if we can use any kind of regular-sized vehicle we like, Wouldn't anyone driving, say, a car or a rocket ship have a huge advantage over anyone riding an actual camel? Don't worry, I've got that all covered. Whenever I cast the illusion that makes your ride look like a camel, I also apply a modifier that converts it to camel speeds. That is so silly. So silly. I guess when you think about it, it's more of a curse, really. At any rate, the modifier ensures that every racer moves at the velocity the vehicle would have if it were a camel. See, that's very subjective, because not all camels are built the same. Which means that everyone gets to enjoy a fair, pulse-pounding, super daring, darling camel race. All that said, I'd really rather racers competed with a camel whenever possible. That's great! Then my steed and I can race after all. We're gonna go so fast! Come to think of it, don't you have a camel of your own now, Shufu? Me? Why would you have a camel? Well, I guess one did spawn when I got this swimsuit spirit origin. No idea why, though. Really? That's perfect. Then you simply have to compete. I always love meeting darling new camels. Damn, talk about pushy. If I had to choose, I'm actually more of a sailor than a jockey, you know. Alright, if Nikki Teach and Shufu are going to compete, that just leaves one more slot. Why don't you take it, Mashu? You should have no trouble thanks to Sir Galahad's riding skill. I suppose, but isn't that also true for you, Percival? Well, yes. But on the matter of enjoying camel races, the jury is still out as to whether it's better to spectate or participate. Besides, if you do it, you and Master could team up and race together. And since this is more of a festival event where it doesn't matter much who wins, then arguably, the best way to enjoy it is to take part in it. I'm sure you'll have much more fun if you do so with Master than by yourself. You can absolutely ride tandem if you like. Camels carry 2 people at once all the time. I was actually thinking it'd be nice to try riding a camel. You too, Master? I didn't expect you to be so interested. Still, I'm afraid we don't have a camel ourselves, or even anything we could use in place of one. Oh, if that's all, I can just rent you one from my special flock. I have plenty to go around. Well, letting Master have a truly relaxing vacation is one of our main objectives, so I guess. Alright, I'll do it. I'll compete in the camel race along with Master. So you're gonna be one of my opponents? Now I'm really excited. Damn it, why'd I have to get stuck with some random-ass camel in this spirit origin? Why? Why? Oh well, if you two are competing too, then I won't have to worry about trying to win. I don't care about races, so if you only need me to fill a spot, I'll just plod along at my own pace, trying not to get injured. Boring. Besides, if I'm going to be riding my camel anyway, there are other things I'd like to do while I'm at it. Wonderful. Then I'll show you to the starting line. We'll begin the race once all the jockeys are ready. So I suggest you take this time now to... a moment. Are you 3 planning to race dressed as you are? Yes, why? Is that a problem? I suppose it's not my place to say anything, but you should know that around here, people can be criminally punished for unchaste behavior. Says the lady who's in, like, the most revealing bikini possible. So I advise you to pay close attention to your appearance and be careful not to dress inappropriately. Yeah, about that. Yes, what is it? Are you blind? the straps of your, like, thong thing could, like, be snipped with, like, the tiniest of flicks. And randomly Jaguar Warrior. Hey man, that's what she was paraded in, let her be. Sure, but she could choose to wear something different on top of that. It's true, I'm glad she don't, but yeah. Alright folks, this is it. The moment you've all been waiting for. See, that's always really weird. So, are you telling me that if we actually go to Dubai, you won't find a lot of people in bikinis? That sounds kind of sad. Is that true? I'm Miss Jaguarmura, your resident, famously beautiful jungle idol, who for some reason prefers doing play-by-play at this table. And with me to provide color commentary is the race's own executive producer, Shebanyan. Thanks for having me. Cute little illustrations. I'm mainly here so I can watch my adorable camels giving their all from the best seat in the desert. So don't expect much from me. That's harsh Shebanyan for you. I wish you could finagle a job where I got paid, whether I worked or not. That's random. Anyway, please give us the rules. Of course, they are very simple. Every racer must start the race on their camel. And whoever first crosses the finish line after passing through all the checkpoints is the winner. Racers may not attack another racer's camel. They may, however, attack each other. Tourists are treated differently. It seems still really weird, though. Like, I don't know. Kind of a buzzkill for the whole thing. How have I been doing? I've been doing very well lately. Little lonely. Ari-chan has been away on a work trip for the past, well, week and a half. She'll be back on Saturday, so that should be fun. So please feel free to enjoy a bit of battling while you race, but keep it within reason. Ooh, baby! That's the kind of talk that gets this Jaguar Warrior's blood pumping. And now let's introduce the racers. Here they come. Camel. Contestant number 1 is who else? Queen Zenobia. I never said I wouldn't compete myself. I'm quite a talented rider of horses and camels. Do not hold back. Give me only your best. They didn't give tourists a pass? Well, then that's lame, I guess. Except I don't really dig alcohol in general, so Contestant number 2 is none other than our very own master and Mashu Kyrielide. Thank you. I'll do my best. Master, I know you're already riding the camel, so you can get used to it as quickly as possible. But could you maybe try waving to the spectators a little? I actually don't think I can right now. You can also use the thing that makes the big boom sound. I kind of like to hear it myself. Is that like a horn? If you mean the war conch, I'm afraid I don't have it with me right now. Maybe next time. Phooey. I don't remember us having a war conch in general. Oh, by the way, our introductions are starting with the more normal contestants first, so keep that in mind. You wish Barbie will have its official anime? That certainly would be interesting. Next, contestant number 3, Shufu, the terrifying summer fearmancer. Hi, I'm just here to fill an empty spot in the lineup. If any of you are thinking of placing bets on me, I strongly encourage you to reconsider. Not to worry. Here, gambling is a criminal offense. Which means Fate Grand Order should not be allowed in Dubai, technically. The Gouda Gouda finale. Yeah, I guess it's been a while. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna do whatever, so there you go. Lame. How unenthusiastic. What the fuck? Next up, contestant number 4, registered to some random camel owner, is Robot Jockey. Since when is there a robot? Robot Jockey? Oh, I read about these when I was studying. So they really are using one. Wow. Wait, is this like a real thing? Makes sense. Lighter jockeys have a significant advantage. Huh. Reminds me of Servant verse Surrealism. Our next contestants are all using camel substitutes. First up, contestant number 5, the assassin from the north. Even now, I still can't tell if she's a fellow cat or not. Dobrynya Nikitich! I'm gonna have so much fun. Remember, I just used my spell to change your mount's appearance and restrict its capabilities. So don't expect your camel to take to the skies in this race. These next two I'm going to introduce together, since they seem to be rivals. Are they? Contestants number 6, Madame Carmilla. Contestant number 7, Takeda Harunobu. How are they rivals? They look nothing alike and have nothing to do with each other. I only agreed to participate in this race because I was told I could show off my machine's true capabilities. Oh, so she's doing the car. I don't know if I'll ever get used to driving across the desert on something that looks like a scarlet camel. And I thought we were here to prove which red sports car is the fastest. Seeing my Kurokumo transformed into a camel gutted me. Still, appearances aside, my faithful horse-turned-car-turned-camel isn't about to lose. You'll be eating the Takeda camel's dust soon enough. Confident, aren't you, little boy? Do hold tight to that confidence, or this phantom thief will steal it, and your honor, from right under your nose. Oh, you've got guts, challenging a Takeda. I look forward to seeing what you're made of, phantom thief. Remember, even cars are restricted to camel-equivalent speeds, so you can have a fair competition with all the other jockeys, too. Then what determines your speed? Just how good you are at staying on top of the horse, or the camel? Are there turns? Can you drift around the course? Is it about making sure your precious camel has the right morale? Is this like Uma Musume? The fuck? Oh my god. Jesus fuck. Contestant number 8, the terrifying speedster of China. Red hair! I guess it makes sense. What? No, you got my name wrong. I'm Lu Bu. Oh, oops, must have been my mistake in your entry form. Sorry about that. Take 2. Red camel! No, Lu Bu. I took the liberty of casting my illusion directly on the contestant in this case. I hope you don't mind, sir. Not at all. If word got out that such a renowned figure as myself were taking part in this race, it could cause panic in the streets. You simply did what had to be done. Nay, hey! Nay! No! It's like Banjo-Kazooie. Whoa! And that's all our contestants. Yes, these are the 8 racers who will be competing for your viewing pleasure today. Who will be the one crowned camel speedmaster when the sand settles? Stay tuned to find out. So silly. So absolutely abysmally silly. I want to see a camel drift. Alright, is everyone ready? Then, here we go! Well, now that we're underway, guess there's only one thing to do. Come forth, imaginary lady you! You can do that? Oh hey, Shufu. Riding a camel, huh? Seems like fun. Okay, sure. Go on then, take me with you. Yes, my lady. Believe me, I would love nothing more. Ah, I'm so happy right now. If only this moment could last forever. Even though it's not real. Alright, now that this trip is guaranteed to be a treasured memory for me and imaginary lady you, I'll just have to make sure our trip to our destination is as safe and luxurious as if it were our own honeymoon. Woo! Lesbian. Lesbian. It looks like one of our contestants is already off in her own little world, but that should be entertaining in its own way. We're really just racing for fun out here, so as long as everyone's enjoying themselves, the rest doesn't matter. Whoa, that didn't take long. The racers are closing in on each other. Looks like we're about to see some contact. We'll be showing you live video footage of each likely clash as they occur. And don't worry everyone, thanks to my spell, it may look like the contestants are fighting a typical battle, but they're actually all being very careful not to harm the camels, even as they get in each other's way. What the fuck would that even look like? It'd be really daring of them to try and implement a battle system where you're on camelback and you're doing like your noble phantasms and attack animations. Of course, you'd have to like rebuild all the animations for one silly little gimmick, but you know, now they just have to pretend. You're red hair, all right. I'm still impressed by just how strong and fast you are. You're definitely a tough opponent, even as a camel. But that doesn't mean we're going to lose. I can just about keep up as long as I make good use of my Knight of the Round Table horsemanship. Hiya! As I keep reminding everyone, I'm low bow. While I'm at it, I have a question. Why do you refuse to look me in the eye? If I didn't know better, I'd think there was something wrong with my face. No, not at all. Still looking him in the eye. Still not looking at him in the eye. Sorry, red hair, but looking away is our only option right now. Behold Lu Bu from behind! Now from the side! Coward! Coward? I don't know what you're talking about. Who but Lu Bu could fly across these sands? They did call me the Flying General, you know. Well, I, Lu Bu, will always enjoy galloping across grassy plains. There's also something to be said for running through the dry winds of desert dunes. You know what's weird? I think we've got more appearances of red hair throughout all of Fate Grand Order than actual Lu Bu, even though Lu Bu is a servant. Nothing ever gets done with him. He looks like he's gonna try to sell you cigarettes. Let's keep this pace up. I just realized I no longer see the road signs. There are signs out here. Oh, this must be a cunning trap. The Chi-Men du Jia. Sorry, but no. Yeah, this cat thinks you got so caught up in enjoying your run, you didn't even notice you'd left the course. You know, there's still a lot of humor and story to be had, even with a character who can't talk, like Heracles. You can do it. Oh, when did I end up surrounded by wild camels? Hold on, I can't run with you sticking so close to me. You must be a fan of mine's, no? I'm happy to sign autographs, but I need you to form an orderly line first. I should be doing a Mr. Ed sound for him again. I always forget that. I'm Mr. Ed. Gotta talk like this. Not bad, little boy. I'm still just getting started. You underestimate the Takeda at your own peril. Maybe we'll find out someday that the servant version of Lubu is actually red hair, and red hair is actually Lubu. We would have no way to prove otherwise, would we? Now I'm just seeing the camels that sounded like hot rods. They still just move at camel speed. Whoa, they're drifting on their camels. Gonna get you like a space boy. Actually, there is a Eurobeat song about the desert. Well, it's called One Night in Arabia. It's actually quite a catchy song. They're incredible camel jockeys. I don't think they ever used it in Initial D, though. That would have been funny. But isn't this the turnaround point? Yes, it is. And they both overshot it by quite a bit. It seems their rides have so much camel power that they struggle with tight turns. We can't hope to match their speed, but we can still compete by being smart about our route. Line is everything in a race. Haha! I can see how you made a name for yourself in the north, Bogatir. Keeping up with me is no small feat, especially when you're not familiar with the desert. I'm used to navigating treacherous tundra. Compared to that, sand dunes are no big deal. And that's not all. We've caught up to them, Master. However, my whole goal for the summer is to enjoy myself. This race is no different. So I'm focusing less on winning and more on just having a good time. By attacking people. Oh, nicely done. I'm not about to pass up this chance to get in on the fun myself. Of course, I already expected as much. I've been looking forward to fighting you. It looks like we have another race battle on our hands, Master. Taking them both on and passing them's gonna be tough. And yet the ground, it's still a ground fight. We have to stop and like beat each other up and then I guess hop back on our camels. Alright, the front runners should be visible any second. Whoa, hold the phone. That silhouette looks like... I can't believe it. The first one to reach the goal is... What, the robot? I'm boring, nobody pays attention to me. Robot jockey! Since he didn't get anyone else's way, no one got in his way either. It looks like not having anyone paying attention to him meant he could just run the race at his own speed. No, wait, by that logic, there's another camel still in the running. Me and Lady Yu, together forever. It's Shu Fu. Apparently, she's just been going at her own pace this whole time, and none of the other contestants have even noticed her. Now, thanks to her employing the tortoise and the hare strategy, she's taken second place. It's pretty clear from the look in her eyes that she's still off in her own world. But it's like they say. Yes, it's a robot jockey. The best place to hide a tree is in a forest. Maybe the best place to hide from reality is in a fantasy. No, wait, what's this? Oh, by the way, I can see Lord Xiang Yu over there, so I'm gonna get going. Bye! She made a very accurate, imaginary sorry, Yu Mei Ren. That's funny. She didn't think that through, did she? Even in her fantasies, she's still more interested in Xiang Yu. Lady Yu, wait! Lady Yu! No! I've been holding it in as best as I can, but my imagination just couldn't hold out any longer. My image of Lady Yu is so perfect in every detail that it wound up being too real. Huh? Unbelievable! Oh, no, unbelievable? Is that supposed to be a cat thing? I don't get it. Unbelievable? Doesn't really sound like a cat when you say it like that. With a surprise burst of speed, Shu Fu surges ahead to claim first place. The winner is Shu Fu! So in other words, all you had to do is put Lady Yume Ren on a string in front of the camel. Or your face, rather. Congratulations to all of you on a wonderful race. Now for the banquet to celebrate our contestants, our producers, and our spectators. Please enjoy the pleasures of the desert at night for as long as your heart desires. I figure it was supposed to be a cat pronunciation, but it didn't sound right to me. Oh, and of course, we mustn't forget to celebrate the race's winner. She is the true queen of tonight's festivities. I'm afraid we don't have any alcohol, but at least make sure she has first pick of all our best meats. Meat! Yeah, you were just saying they don't have alcohol. Looks like your strategy really paid off. All I did was enjoy my imaginary date with Lady Yu. I might have lost, but I still had lots of fun. Me too. This was a wonderful experience. And it looks like Master enjoyed herself too. This gambit worked out great. Camel racing was already on our list of possible activities. Who's this lovely lady? Which one? There's lots of lovely ladies in this story right now. So I'm glad to see you enjoyed it, Sarah. Though I was surprised to see you taking part yourself. We even got some prize money thanks to Shu Fu's win, so I'd say everything worked out. I couldn't see the whole race since I had some business to take care of, but I did see you cross the finish line. You all did great. I knew this going in, but the desert really doesn't suit me at all. With so little rain or water around, I didn't have enough magical energy to make a small city-style motorcycle. I know what you mean. I miss being surrounded by water, too. Not to say getting by is difficult here. It's nice that it's not too cold, even now when the sun's setting. For a desert, the temperature doesn't seem to fluctuate all that much. I think it's because of the terrain. The one with the bikini armor and purple sword. Are you talking about Zenobia? With the nice abs? And dark skin? As I thought, there are some things you just can't grasp until you experience them for yourself. I'm looking forward to enjoying an evening at a campsite in a comfortable desert. It looks like the food's ready too. That meat smells really good. I think I'll go get some. Better load up my plate too, since I'm still a growing boy. Of course, I see there are also mountains of dates to enjoy, as well as other sweets I'm not familiar with. My hopes are high. Then what are we waiting for? Let's take the queen up on her generous offer and enjoy the festivities. Chichimecas? Who's texting me? Let's find out. Yep, that's Zenobia. Queen of Palmyra. Yep. I feel like this is the most involved she's been in the story for a while, if at all. I just wish there was some good old-fashioned pirate rum to go around, too. You don't need booze to have a good time. Nom nom nom. Are you really getting that authentic of an experience when almost everyone you meet on your vacation is just the people that you see in Chaldea anyway? These shish kebabs are great. I love nice, simple dishes like this. Feels just like the kind of thing you'd eat while off on an adventure. Seems kinda like peasant food. Not a treat for royalty. But they're sure tasty. Something wrong, Monte? I was just thinking about how Ruggiero used to eat skewers like this all the time. And then he'd skewer me. If I'm thinking that, then Ruggiero must be somewhere close by again. I've got to go look for him. Why is she not in her more swimsuit version? Come on, man. She's basically got one. Put her in it. Hope you find him, but you probably shouldn't run around holding a skewer like that. And now for some entertainment, starting with belly dancing, which is what you always do, but that's always a good thing. Next, I'll be doing a little fire dance of my own. Ha! Fire! 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 Those trails the flames leave in the dark are beautiful. Fun little particle effects. And now, the finale! I love Master! Oh, mama. I don't think you should be using the show for your own personal agenda. Whoa, cool! This is fun, huh, Xing Xing? It's so sparkly and floaty and burny. More, more! Such weird characters. Yay, dancing performance. It's beautiful. I love it. Well, everyone, are you enjoying yourselves? Definitely, these desert banquets are awesome. Good, I am glad to hear it. I tend to go to bed early, so just wish to check in before doing so. Lame. Queen of the Desert, I know I asked you this before, but... You know how there's, supposedly a beast somewhere around Dubai? You still don't have any idea how that might have happened, or noticed anything else strange, right? No, unfortunately. However, I may have mentioned this before, but something does seem off. This is a good desert, there's no question about that, and yet I cannot help but feel there is something different about it. That may just be that it's not the desert of Palmyra I once called home. But for some reason, it also feels like the difference runs deeper somehow. At least that's how it seems at the moment. I apologize for being so vague. It may just be that the race has me overly excited, and that is throwing my senses off. You feel something is off, The opposite could be true. The excitement from the race could have sharpened your senses and helped you notice something you missed. If your instincts are telling you something, it'd be a waste to dismiss them out of hand. I didn't notice anything like that while I was racing, though I guess I did imagine Lady Yu so vividly that she just might show up in my dreams. How is that different from usual, you ask? It isn't. Wait for me, Lady Yu! Oh, speaking of dreams... It looks like this fair lady has already set sail for Dreamland. So she likes to sleep even earlier than I do. Good. Do you have a car ride back to your hotel? If not, I can arrange a car for you. Unless, of course, you would prefer to take camels instead. Event came out in Japan. Alright, so still catching to the live stream, and I'm wondering two things. Gudako can run pretty fast. Wouldn't she make a good camel? It was the VA of Carmilla still alive when the event came out in Japan. I didn't know that the voice actress for Camilla passed at all. Who is it? Here's today's report. Molay seemed like a strong candidate, but it turned out she was only up to her usual tricks. So unfortunately, we didn't get much information from her. Yeah, I wish I could at least determine whether this happened naturally, or if someone intentionally changed her. Honestly, if it's natural, I don't think there's much we can do about it. However, if it's intentional, then our top suspect is still... Yes, BB, the one who invited us here in the first place. Atsuko Tanaka? Aw. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I know it might be too late to asking this, but... Too late to be asking this, but... Is it even possible to do what we believe she has? What? Is it even possible to do what we believe she has? Oh, is it even possible to do what we believe she's done? Do we know of any technique, spell, system, noble phantasm, or law that could turn someone into a beast? And does BB even have access to any such ludicrous methods? Methods, huh? I don't know what they could be, but knowing BB, I wouldn't rule it out. Maybe Domina Koranam can pull it off. She's basically always been a computer bug come to life, so... I'm sorry, I wish I could say for sure. A computer bug come to life. What a scary thought. In fact, my earlier rampage was caused by a computer bug. I asked you to come too because I'm getting tired of keeping up this deception. So now that you're here... Tell me this. What did you mean when you said I smell like the servant verse? Exactly what I said. I smelled it on you. I don't know anything more than that. More questions are not what we need right now. Anyway, let's set aside how this could have happened for the moment. Should we look into BB again to see if she isn't responsible? Oh right, I thought I might learn something if I talked to her, so I tried to contact her when I had some spare time. But she never got back to me. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. I can't even tell if our connection has been cut off, or if she closed it intentionally. Of course, we have a pretty good reason to believe it's not BB per se, but, Kazura Drop, there we go. Such a weird name. When you stop and think about it, we really don't know anything. How did BB even end up ruling Dubai? Right, I just remembered. There's something I wanted to say about this city. Its atmosphere feels strange, and I don't just mean BB's additions. There's something else, something I only realized now that we've been here a few days. I see. So what have you noticed? Remember how Molay said she hasn't been able to perform her demon summoning ritual? If she were telling the truth, then whatever's so strange about this world might have had something to do with it. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm realizing this place doesn't seem normal. There's something that you'd absolutely expect to be here that I can barely sense. No, not just barely. I can't sense it at all. It's as though it just doesn't exist. What are you talking about? The scent of death. Does nobody die in Dubai? I'm the goddess of the underworld, so I can obviously sense the presence of death. But I can't pick up even the faintest whiff of death in this city. I don't know why that is or how it could have happened, but I can say this for certain. There's something strange about this city. So we don't know whether BB is involved or how she could have done this if she is. Alright then, changing gears. I have a report of my own to make. See, that was confusing the way they swapped from one scene to the next. Because I'm like, they're not in the same room. This has been on my mind for a while now. There's something strange about this city. Of course you would know it too. How convenient. So today I decided to investigate further and see if I could discover what that was. Really? I've been so taken with this lovely modern city. What could be so strange about it? I'll come right to the point. There's been something off with the map this whole time. Take a look at this guidebook I got at the Dubai Mall. It covers Dubai's history, of course, but it also includes a map of what it looks like today. Yes, that's the same map we've been seeing since we arrived. What about it? Bluntly, it's wrong. I thought something about it was off from the start. No matter how I think on it, it just doesn't match with the map of Dubai I studied before we left. Oh, she was Karala in Utoararumono. Aw. Well, she was great in that role. Not to say it's totally unrecognizable. It's little things like the topography not being quite the same, or certain buildings being swapped around. There's a plethora of minor inaccuracies. Maybe you're just misremembering? Not to mention, I know it's easy to forget, but we're actually here in the year 2030 now, too. Isn't it more likely that, in the time that's passed, things have just changed a bit from when you studied? That's possible, of course, but I'm not the only one who's noticed these discrepancies. Think back to when Passionlip was telling us about Dubai. She studied it just like I did, and there were moments when she was confused, just like I was, too. I think the differences between this map and what she recalled must have left her bewildered. Now that you mention it, I don't know anything about this supposedly absent scent of death. But I have thought that there was something strange about this city as well. Like, most of the city is the same as when I studied, but there are some things that don't quite line up with what I remember. I figured I was just messing things up like always, but now... Well, I suppose that's still very possibly the case. Anyway, I just thought I would let you know. Anyway, things like that have been nagging at me for some time now. So today I decided to ask these two servants we ran into at the breakfast buffet this morning to investigate. Ninja time! I want to investigate the enormous tower we believe to be BB's stronghold. But the bounded field was so powerful, I could not get close. The same was true for the plaza and water fountain at its foot. I was afraid that might be the case. So it seems we really won't be able to get in unless we play by our rules. I accompanied Percival in a survey of the outer edges of the desert during the camel race. Oh, is that why you passed on your chance to participate in the race yourself? That was one reason, yes. I was looking for an opportunity to investigate the desert. And that seemed like my best one. I would have liked to race myself, but if I had, I wouldn't have been able to focus on anything else. At any rate, I'll get right to it. Neither Sir Kotaro nor I were able to find the edge of the desert. Whenever we tried, we encountered a kind of lost woods phenomenon, which kept running in circles. I like how they literally know this directly from Legend of Zelda. The lost woods there is probably the first time I've encountered that type of mechanic. Though I'm sure it was done in the 2D games as well. So even if they were to head across the desert in a straight line, there's no way for anyone to leave this Dubai. That's definitely not normal. No, it's not, but it is useful information. Yeah, well, since when has any singularity been normal? Now there's one more thing we can say for sure about the oddities with Dubai. We'll need to keep that in mind. Sorry, stretching. Good big stretch. There we go. Of course, we still don't have anything conclusive to go on. So I'm hoping you two ninja will continue to work for us as our safety net. You were drawing some powerful aliens? What does a powerful alien look like different from a regular alien? Yeah, but of course, the one in Ocarina of Time is the one I know. Was it in something like A Link to the Past? Can we count on you to keep helping Master from the shadows? Indeed. Yes, of course. If things take a turn for the worst and something bad does happen, I remember Arash Airlines. We will end it in the shadows before Master even notices, so that she may continue to enjoy her vacation in peace. That is how a first-rate ninja operates. Of course, the best possible outcome of this, concluding the trip, is concluding the trip without anything unusual happening. It's still entirely possible that Ereshkigal's beast transformation was just a coincidence. And it will fade away on its own with no one the worse for wear. Right. However, now that we've come this far, we can't afford to let our guard down. Tomorrow is the last day of our tour. Our job remains the same. And one aspect of it is to gather as much information as we can about beasts. So we can deal with this one properly and safely if it comes to that. If there's something strange with the city itself, learning more about that could be helpful. However, even if nothing further happens with this beast matter, we still have another order we must fulfill at all costs. Have fun! We need to keep what we're doing here a secret from the others. And make sure everyone returns from this summer vacation refreshed and rejuvenated. And we finish section 9. Old Dubai number 1. Golden Prince. It's so golden! Hey, how you doing? Okay, everyone. Today's sightseeing has been fun, but now it's time to visit the final area. I'm going to miss this trip when it's over just as much as the rest of you. But for now, let's not worry about sad things like that. Let's focus on having the time of our lives. Woo! Does that mean the aliens have better tech? Or do they look different? Do they have different bodies? Oh gosh, just hearing you react so positively makes me glad I got to be your tour guide all over again. Anyway, we're currently on our way to Old Dubai, one of the city's more historic areas. Does the Dubai right now also have pictures of their ruler? Oh, I doubt it. I would hope not. Not so tactlessly slapped onto all these buildings. The old-fashioned buildings are very distinctive, but the area's real heart and soul is its three major souks. Oh, souk is the Arabic word for market. Anyway, the three big souks consist of the gold souk and the spice souk, which are both self-explanatory. And the old souk, which deals in more traditional goods like textiles and handicrafts. Where would you like to start? One of the best ways to tell how prosperous a city may be is by seeing how much gold it has at its disposal. So personally, I'd like to start with the place I can do just that. Works for me. The Lost Woods were there and a link to the past, but the gimmick was a fog that would only disappear after the right to obtain the Master Sword there was obtained. Ah, no looping mechanic. That makes sense. Whoa, look at all that gold! I love gold! I've never seen so much gold jewelry in a single store window before. And there are so many windows like this. Now I see why we fight Kintoki. So much sparkling, it's amazing! There sure are a lot of similar shops all clustered together. Is there a reason they have to be like that? Ereshkigal seems the same today as she's been for the last few days. Or at least I get the sense that she's still trying to act like she usually does. Which would mean she and Master haven't made any progress on the situation either. It looks like we'll just have to stick with the plan of trying to gather information while we enjoy the trip. It looks like Mashu and the others are still unsure if the beast even exists. But they're still trying to gather information while carrying out their mission. I just hope no news continues to be good news. Ah, I knew it. There really is nothing like the glitter of gold. Do you like it? Oh, yes. The heat and glow of this market is just like what I saw in the daily lives of people I knew so well. I feel very much at home here. Just watching the hustle and bustle is enough to raise my spirits. That's great. I find this place nostalgic as well, though I can't say why. Agreed. This grounded vitality of daily life, the fervor, the smells, the heartwarming din. This is exactly the kind of cultural experience you can only get by visiting a place yourself. I do love me some waifu with elf ears. Two of the two of the best ones would be Deedlit from Record of Lodos War, and I suppose her name is Elwing, I believe, from the Shining series of video games that are illustrated by Tony Taka. At least Gil isn't here. He's over in Star Rail, so he's taken up all his time there. It's wonderful, truly wonderful. It's a real hodgepodge here, but it does feel like a good place. There's lots of different kinds of people here, too. Just more servants, you mean? Why don't we try going into one of these shops ourselves? Let's say that one. What did you find?
Hohenheim.
Welcome, thank you for coming. We're proud to offer high-quality products at affordable prices. In fact, we guarantee you won't find a better deal anywhere. Just let me make sure of something. Yes, of course. This gold isn't fake, is it? That is a very good question. To answer it, we would have to begin by defining our terms. What is fake? What is real gold? What is fake gold? I don't know, one is a grail war meant to power the other. Structurally speaking, I can offer my full assurance that our products can most certainly be called gold. Bearing that in mind, is there truly any difference to be found between real and fake gold? Well, sometimes if it's made out of plastic or something. It is the process by which their structures came about, hypothetically, even if there were some sort of interpolation involved. Bruh. We're just looking. Shut up! Hey, wasn't that shop? It's probably best that we don't think too much about it. Since its storefront sat on the main street, let's just assume they weren't breaking any laws. Maybe this is what they meant when they said buying things in a soak isn't always a straightforward process. From what I read, you need to understand the local purchasing customs before making a transaction. That sounds right. If only there were someone around who was knowledgeable about that sort of thing to give us pointers. Someone knowledgeable, huh? I think I might know just the person. Actually, I wound up here by accident the other day while I was going for a run on the beach. Which is when I ran into him. You covered that kind of distance by accident? Hey, that's great. Then let's ask this person to show us around. Alright, here, this way. Hey, boss, you sure we can just keep hanging out around here? I know. We shouldn't, but I just can't handle this heat. Yeah, I get you. It's so damn hot here, it's frickin' pissing me off. You know, boss, if we're gonna be swimming in sweat anyway, how about we go work up a proper sweat? What, you want to go back to that gym? Are you nuts? Have you already forgotten what that trainer did to me? Oh my. When I went there earlier, it was merely to take advantage of their free trial. But then that woman came along with her pleasant smile and her perfectly chosen words of flattery, and subjected me to a torturous training session like nothing I've ever seen. My muscles ached for days. No doubt she's the kind of twisted deviant who gets her kicks out of legally sanctioned persecutions of royalty. Are you talking about Hakunon? Yes. Hatsu! Hatsu! Why do I get the feeling someone's talking about me behind my back? Superstition! Superstition. Anyway, I just don't feel like doing anything. I just don't feel like doing anything. I just want to stay in my bed. Was that Bruno Mars? If only something fun would happen. Something that would give me a real jolt of motivation. I see, so you found a self-proclaimed celebrity prince. Hmm? Oh, it's Karna. You're back. And you brought Master with you, too. Welcome, welcome. Looks like you're all here today. You came to tour the markets? Something like that. What brings you two here? Can't you tell? I'm relaxing in a beautiful place, befitting my royal person, and perfectly suited to my taste to boot. I bought it to serve as my home base during the summer vacation. At first, I thought it was a bit common for someone like me, but since it's located near the Gold Soak, I had convenient access to purchase enough beautiful and luxurious decor that it finally began to feel like a second home. I know it's so dazzling in here, it's actually painful to try to take it in all at once. But it sure suits the boss, yeah? You always did love the glitter of gold. Well, of course. Why do you think they used to call me the Gold Prince? I'm just as brilliant as gold! But it's still not enough. Not nearly enough. One of my dreams is to buy as much gold as I possibly can, use it to decorate every corner of my dwelling, and build a golden city that even rivals Indra's own kingdom in the heavens. What's that? You can't wait for it to be completed? Imagine how I feel! Well, I have an undeniable appreciation of gold. That would make for a very crass way to build a city. Imagining it now, I can't possibly see any way it could be beautiful. Hey, forget your imagination. Trust my impeccable sense of aesthetics instead. So, Prince, I actually wanted to talk to you. Huh. You don't know how to go about buying things in the Soak? If you have to ask, you'll never know. You really are just a hopelessly ignorant commoner, aren't you? Very well, then. I, history's greatest, strongest, most esteemed, and master of all trades, including shopping, Prince, shall deign to teach you how to make the most of your time in this market. You must learn the fine art of haggling. Not of hagging. That is the key skill you will need here. Oh, that reminds me. Every guidebook I read said that shopping in the Soak area involves negotiating the price of your purchases. I think they said a lot of the things sold here don't even have price tags. So if you just accept what the merchant tells you something costs, you'll end up overspending every time. Ah, yes. Haggling is one of the most enjoyable parts of shopping at local markets. That said, it can be difficult for those who aren't used to buying things that way. Fortunately for you, I'm willing to teach you my methods. Be grateful for that. I'm glad to see the boss is finally feeling motivated again. I was starting to get bored of just hanging around out here, so you'd better believe I'm joining you. Of course. Of course. Fine. I can't say I understand exactly what it is he's planning. But this would hardly be the first time he's gotten swept up in a situation. You can say that again. Man, how long's it been since the three of us were all out together? It's been ages. So we're adding 2 to our party today? Well, the more the merrier, I guess. Now that you mention it, there are a lot of people here. Too many. The Soaks have a lot of narrow paths, and I hate feeling confined. So some of you will need to stay here and guard my home and gold while I'm gone. I'll stay. Wasn't exactly excited about wandering around in the heat anyway. I will too. I can handle normal shopping just fine, but I'm not cut out for haggling. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm happy to take in the Soak experience just by walking around the nearby area. Plus, this should make it easier to investigate the city further, too. Then I think I'll do the same. Are you sure? I thought your pirate business skills would come in handy here. Unfortunately, our negotiating skills were more focused on selling than buying. And I'm still used to acquiring my cargo via more direct means. Thief! 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 When it comes to getting something at a steal, you can't beat the sense of gunpowder and dried blood on a cutlass. Like any self-respecting villain, I agree. Reach for the sky. Your red beans or your life. What? That's what you have to say to get all the sweets you could want for free. I don't know how it works, but it does. Alright, then let's start with the gold soak, since that's the closest one. Follow me! Beast? Don't know, don't care. Let animal control handle it. I see. I can smell it around here somewhere, but it's been weirdly hard to pin down. Feels like it's near and far all at once. Pisses me off. Duryodhana, do you really know how to haggle? Oh, right. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the boss is the kind of guy who will just cough up whenever the seller asks for without a second thought. Asks for without a second thought, right? Well, yes, he doesn't strike me as the kind of person. The kind of person concerned with saving money. In general, Duryodhana only pays the asking price when he's buying something genuinely valuable. Damn straight, he doesn't mind paying for quality. Plus, he's always happy to show off how generous he can be. But he's also really sensitive to being ripped off, or even when things are marked higher than they're worth. Because just being willing to swallow the sticker price like that means you don't know how to tell quality from garbage. That's when the boss utterly dismantles them with cold, calculating logic. By the time he's done, you almost feel bad for the merchant who tried to rip him off. Hey Karna, remember the time Dushana almost... Oh no. Dusasana almost bought the lame-ass jacket. That lame-ass jacket before the boss stopped him. These are villains, right? Not necessarily, no. They're different figures in the Indian epic Mahabharata. Not all of them are bad guys in the strictest sense. Especially because the story is about two big warring families. Remember what happened to the merchant who tried to pull a fast one on him? I do. In the end, Duryodhana got him the promise he would make new clothes for all his younger brothers. He was in tears when we left. That's the one. I guess you could say the guy was really asking for it, but... What's that? Are you gossiping about me back there? If you've got something nice to say about me, speak up and share it with the world. We were just talking about how good at haggling you are. Oh, well, I'm okay, I suppose. I mean, I'm the greatest prince who ever lived. Obviously, I have a keen eye for the truth and the real value of things. It's perfectly natural. Don't make such a fuss over it. Alright, let's start with this store. Hey there, welcome to... Oh, it's you, Master. This is your store, Kintoki? Nah, I'm more like a part-timer that got promoted to manager. So how about this market, huh? Talk about golden as far as the eye can see. I was just bumming around taking in the sights when I happened to hit it off with this shop's owner. One thing led to another, and now here we are. It's one of those things where you get to mix business with pleasure. Pretty sweet deal. Here's a $5 for your next servant and or Christmas... for your next servant. And Christmas lore video when? You got Summer 1 and 2 and Gouda Gouda Volume 1. You know I don't like to do those events. They're kind of a slog. At least I enjoy the summer events. And admittedly, Gouda Gouda... Well, at least that one has a bit of mythology to talk about, even if it's all like a parody of like various Japanese tales and history. What the fuck even is a Gouda Gouda? Anyway, just so you two know up front, I take this job seriously, so don't expect any discounts because we're friends. That said, I ain't gonna try and pull a fast one on you either. You gotta be fair when doing business, after all. Uh-oh. What's up? Well, like I was saying, the boss has got no problem with haggling things down to fair prices. But I'm honestly not sure what he's going to do when prices start out as fair as they can get. Since he's here to show us how to shop at these soak places, wouldn't he haggle anyway then? Nah, he'd never act against his own principles. I really don't know what he'll do when two of his principles conflict with each other, though. I don't know, but I suspect that's why we're here. Yeah. Alright, let's see what happens. What's up, sir? What you looking at? Wait, dude, I just noticed those sweet golden accessories you're wearing. Awesome stuff. Those are some of the finest pieces of jewelry I've ever seen. You got great taste, sir. Oh, you can tell, You clearly have a discerning eye yourself, then. And I see your store has an excellent selection as well. This necklace, for instance, is exquisite. Have any interest in Pal World? Yes and no. I do seem to appreciate the outfits that the characters can be in. I do like that, but I'm not really interested in the premise. It's like a survival game that you also catch monsters, neither of which I'm a huge fan of. Right, this shop's all about providing quality goods at reasonable prices. Isn't that what they all say? He's clearly telling the truth. These prices are all very reasonable indeed. But that doesn't mean there's no wiggle room. What about this? It could be a little cheaper. Huh? I know you heard me when I said reasonable prices. And it wouldn't be golden of me to lower them without the owner's approval. Pay attention, Master. It's time for your first lesson. When you look at an item, look at its seller as well. That's the basics of all negotiation. A survival game? If it were Pokemon? No. No, I'm not a big fan of, like, survival games in general where you have to, like, craft and build shit. It's just not my thing. Do you fancy cough drops? They don't always seem to work for me for very long. But they can be useful. I don't like the feeling of numbing your throat, you know, because it's like, what is it, the menthol that's in those? Take this man here. I can see exactly what to do to get him to bring down the price. That said, I don't love using this method since it reminds me of a certain someone I absolutely can't stand. What is that, Arjuna? But nothing I can do about that. The point is, I know how to work men like this. Ooh. I read him as the kind of guy who values strength above all else, and loves testing his own against others. So we're gonna have to fight. In which case... How about this, my good man? If you can't work with us on the price now, why don't we play a game first? Oh? This one of those things where we flip a coin or something, and if you win, you get the discount you asked for? That could be kinda cool, if the store was running some kind of campaign to drum up business to go with it. But it wouldn't be golden of me to accept a customer proposing that without... How about a sumo match? You like that kind of stuff, no? Oh! The face. If we win, you'll lower the price. If you win, no discount necessary. Oh, come on, you can't expect me to... Sumo. Sumo, huh? Don't like Szechuan pepper? I don't like spicy things, so probably not. Who would I be competing against? Me, I'll do it! Ooh, woo, you know he couldn't handle that. That is way too much TNA for wrestling. I've heard all about Sakatakin Toki and his monstrous strength, and I've been wanting to test it myself for a while now. So come on, let's have a good, clean match. Hell no! Huh? I'm too horny for that. It's just, you know... Know what? Too close, damn it! This is the whole problem with Summer Spirit Origins. Look, you didn't do anything wrong. This is my issue. I still got a long way to go in this area. My point is, I couldn't go all out if I had to fight you. I'm sorry. Now, when you say real wrestling, I take it you mean not like WWE and televised stuff, but like the kind of wrestling you would see in school or other athletics. In which case, I'm not too familiar with it, actually. I mean, I have seen it. What's boring? Not liking spicy things? I know. This is one of those crush me with your thighs things. Just do it, please. My point is, I couldn't go all out if I had to fight you. I'm sorry. Aww. Personally, if we do this, I'd be real interested in facing off against you yourself, sir. I've had some real great sumo matches with Bima, and they say that the two of you are rivals. You fool! Why did you have to say that name? I was already in a foul mood just thinking about him. Also, we're not rivals. He and his cohorts are just a bunch of ne'er-do-wells who refuse to stay in their place. Still, if you can keep up with Bima and his ridiculous strength in a sumo match, then it'd be a real pain for me to face him myself. I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't lose, since I'm perfect in everything, including raw strength. But if I did somehow lose, I would look like an utter fool. No little trinket is worth that risk. But if not me, then... I'll handle this, Duryodhana. What? You, Karna? I get by the boss wouldn't want to do this, but looking at our builds, wouldn't having me do it make more sense? No, sumo may be a contest of strength, but that doesn't mean the larger contestant will always win. It all comes down to balance. Grasping it, protecting it, disturbing your opponents, and so on. What? Genitalia? I'm gonna grab him by the nuts and suplex him. If you can do that, victory is in your grasp. Well, you do sound like you know what you're doing. I do. Lately, I've been observing how something large, heavy, and unusually shaped moves with its complex center of gravity. Oh, Jinako. I now know very well how it moves, and how it does not. I can see those sorts of things very clearly, so let me handle this. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I like that confidence. I knew I could count on you, my friend. Alright, I leave this in your hands. The Mapo tofu was fine when I had it. The one time I've ever had it. But yeah, I generally don't prefer something be spicy. If anything, I like it in spite of it being spicy, rather than because it's spicy. Didn't Kenshin do something like this? Like Kenshin Himura? Been a while since the last Fate video? A little bit, I guess. Well, no, I actually just dropped a Fate skit, if you mean that. So you're saying there's more to sumo than just power and bulk, huh? I like that. You're on, Karna. You're as worthy an opponent as I could hope for. Let's have a good match. No need to hold back. Damn, he's at a level where build doesn't even matter. His spirit origin's practically bursting with power. And that light in his eyes. Oh man, oh man, oh man, this is gonna be so fun! Alright, let's do this thing. Time for a super golden battle, baby. Huh. I heard you guys just clash weapons. That doesn't sound very sumo of you. Stop! Stop! What is it? Neither of us had landed a decisive blow yet. I know, but damn it, I can't believe this. We said we were going to do sumo, so why are we using our weapons? I almost said something, but... Damn, sorry, I didn't even realize what I was doing. Your fighting spirit was so golden, I had my axe out before I knew it. I must say the same, though I don't mind you using it. Thanks, but let's save that kind of fight for another time. You know, I bet you'd make a pretty good berserker. Anyway, that was a nice golden sweat I worked up thanks to you. Our match may have ended without a winner, but it was a great workout, so... Alright, you win. I'll give you the discount on that necklace. Oh? Spicy noodle soup? Yeah. I don't like anything with habanero near it. Not me. Hells to the no. Good, good. Glad to hear it. I consider creating a baseless, who drew their weapon first argument, then using sheer monument to shut down the spat and make you lose by default. But it looks like that won't be necessary. That's the boss for you. You could say he never misses a trick, or that he doesn't know when to give up. I do not like Reuben because of the meat. Yeah, unfortunately, of all sandwiches, Reuben is probably one of my least favorite of all. So, yeah, that's down there. It's like, I would never order it. What do you hate in spicy food is just vinegar? Huh, interesting. I just think it's weird to lose your sense of taste midway because the spice is so strong and it just numbs you out. You're like, okay, well, there was good taste here for a little while. Thanks, come again. So, what do you think? I've got this beautiful gold necklace, and at a bargain, no less. And it's all thanks to my resourceful negotiation tactics and willingness to get my hands dirty. I think we might need to recheck how we define resourceful. Also, you didn't actually do any of the work. What do you mean? Karna's achievements are my achievements. I mean, we're talking about Karna here. Well, I did learn something from this, I guess. Right. Alright, let's head to the next soak. Sakwa! How about the spice soak? I bet we can find another good shop to teach you more about haggling there. No objections here. Please lead the way. Okay, so those were the two sections that I unlocked, but there is this bonus one with Mashu. I know the stream is probably shorter than usual now, but we'll go ahead and do it. We've got this, and yeah. It's been many years since that hellish summer camp. Well, maybe it hasn't been quite that long. It has been a while. Anyway, while adorning Lady Yu will always come first for me, adoring, not adorning, there's something else I've been wanting to try. Hang out with a friend? Friend. Or, you know, something in that zone. Would you call Mashu a friend? Sure, I think. I sure hope so. So, basically, I want to hang out with Mashu Kyrielite. Then let's all hang out together. Not many people know this about me, but I kind of shut down whenever I try to talk to a friend. Hey, why are you looking at me like that? Are you mocking me? You think I'm worthless scum? What? No. Not everyone in this world is out to get you. I swear. Go on, Lady Yu, say something. Huh? Lady Yu, are you talking to your plushie?
How dare you treat Mashu for that way? Jerk, dummy, nincompoop.
Ventriloquism, huh? Who's your favorite short king in anime? I don't know if I have one. Maybe if you threw out some examples, I could choose which ones I like more, but from the entirety of anime to say, like, oh, that one's a short king, I guess I've never classified a character like that. Don't be stupid, Master. You think I could pull off something as advanced as ventriloquism? That was just a dub. Anyway, Master, on that note, will you invite Mashu to hang out for me? Sorry, you're gonna have to do that yourself. Hi, Gumi, welcome. Aw, come on, why not?
Yeah, don't be so selfish.
Let's say I did. What do you think would probably happen? Edward Elric? I mean, he's a cool character. What's up, Senpai? You want to hang out? Yes, of course, I'd be happy to. Did you have something particular in mind? Since we all came this way to Dubai, maybe we should try one of the many activities the city has to offer. Oh, Shufu's with you? Yes, of course she's welcome too. Thanks, Mashu. Not at all. We're gonna have so much fun together. So then I was like, uh-huh. See what I mean? Yes! Master, you jerk! How could you do that to me? How could you be all flirty with Mashu and hang me out to dry?
Shoot him, Mephisto, scumbag!
But you get that's what'll end up happening, right? Yeah.
Which means I'll have to invite her, but I don't know if I can.
Nagisa's like the femboy, right? I do like that character. I don't have the guts to invite Mashu to hang out.
If she turns me down, I'll literally die.
You had plenty of guts when you decided to try to drag me into this. Well, yeah, that's because you're my master. I know I can treat you like crap and it'll be totally fine.
Ow! What's with the forehead flicks?
Do it yourself, that's final. Okay. Oh, but wait. Where should I invite her? It ought to be somewhere unique to Dubai. Where should I invite her, Master? I think Mashu would be happy to go anywhere. You really think so?
But I'm not at all confident I can show her a good time.
Yeah, I'm sure Mashu would enjoy herself no matter where we went. But if I'm gonna do this, I want to take her somewhere more outrageously fun than she's ever been before. Also, you got Max 3-star swimsuit Marciana. Nice. I don't know about that. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You saying you know Mashu better than anyone? Look at you, humble bragging.
I'm so jealous.
No, it's not that. I mean, I think she'd enjoy going somewhere quiet with you. Quiet? Quiet, huh? Chie Satonaka is one of the best Persona girls. Yes, agreed. Somewhere quiet where we can have fun together. I guess I could look around, see what I can find. And let's look for one together, Master. Oh man, you want me to come too? Does that mean you won't? I'm not saying that. Great, then let's get going right now. I didn't think it'd be this hard to find somewhere quiet.
It's hopeless.
What do I do now, Master? Any ideas? Times like this call for a professional. The female NPCs in Pal World? I think I probably like them more than the player character, honestly. But, yeah. Actually, no. Milk in her regular form is way better than Milk in her bunny outfit. I mean, I still like it because it's still Milk, deep down, but I'm not a big fan of bunny girls in general. So no, I'm definitely more into regular Milk. I like Milk, I like Red Hood, I like New Eunhwa, I like Marcion is good. Not a big fan of her summer form personally. Who else is sticking off the top? Senti, I love Senti. There's definitely more. A professional? Sup, I'm Mandricardo. If you need help finding somewhere quiet, I'm your guy. You, a professional? I don't like to brag, but I've spent a long time hanging out on my own. It doesn't matter if we're in Dubai, the North Pole, or the Caribbean. There's a quiet, solitary place to be found. I'm sure I can find it. Ooh, interesting. So you're sure you can find us a nice, quiet place around here? Sure can. Damn, you really are a professional. You guys are just built different.
Totally different.
Hey, Master, does that doll have a soul of its own or something? No, she's just doing a one-woman show. Man, it really does take all kinds. Alright, Mandricardo. Master, let's try this again. Our first and most promising possibility will be somewhere dark and narrow, like a back alley. No. Really? But they're so relaxing. All nice and narrow.
Absolutely not.
No go, huh? Okay, next place. Okay, so you want somewhere with plenty of wide open space, nice and quiet, perfect for small hangouts. How about the roof of a high-rise? You'll still have to keep an eye out for sandstorms, though. I mean, yeah, this is exactly what I asked for, but it's still not right. I think she still wants something a little more traditionally outdoorsy. Yeah, you still like Alice #1, huh? Outdoorsy, huh? Then I've got just the place. There's nowhere quieter or more relaxing than the seabed. And how are we down there? Okay, this is nearly looped around to being viable, but hell no. It's nice that we're not drowning and all, but still. It's pretty here for sure, but I can't say it's relaxing. Why not? Fair. I thought this might be a good off-the-beaten-path option, but I guess it's a little too much. I mean, it is pretty down here. But I'm just looking for somewhere Mashu and I can sit and chat about nothing in particular. I see. Somewhere to chat, huh? Yeah, like a Goldilocks and the Three Bears situation. How about this beach? It's off limits to the public. Ooh, I like this. This is it. That's great. Glad I could live up to your expectations. But we count as part of the public, right? Well, yeah, it is a private beach. The custodians say we can use it whenever we like, as long as we take care of a certain problem for them. Oh, what's the problem? Them. That's a terrifying sound. And the lightning bird. God damn it. Wait, 3 things that strong are just hanging out here? I was told they used to be pets before they escaped. And then what? Swam through radiation? Those were pets? Yeah, but now they refuse to move from this beach, and the custodian doesn't even know what to do about them. Oh, I see now. It's like rock, paper, scissors. They're trying to eat each other so they can't make a move. But if we can do something about them, then we get to use the beach, right? Got it. Wait, hold up. Yeah, we should chainsaw them all. They might be at a stalemate now, but if we don't play this carefully, they could go crazy. And that'd completely wreck the beach, so we're stuck. Now what do we do? I guess I could make a talisman to pin them in place. Although with demonic beasts of that rank, they'd probably be pretty rough. Would it be difficult to pin down all three at once? Looks that way, yeah. I think it'd be hard to restrain all three at once.
Too tough.
What about just for a little while? Then maybe I can knock them out with my noble phantasm. I'm sure you can do this, Shushu. I guess I could. I definitely don't want to give up on this beach. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Sweet. Once you've got him restrained, I'll hit him with my noble phantasm. I'm not even going to attempt to say that. Hell no. It worked! But I can't hold them for long. Take them out fast.
Oh.
You got it. Let's go. Let's do this. KO. That was too close. Thank goodness we managed to knock them out before they went completely ballistic. Yeah, and hey, we did it without wrecking the beach. Thank you, thank you. I could never have gotten rid of those pests on my own. Oh, okay, sure. As long as you keep it clean, you can use the beach for a day. Thanks, Mandricardo. Yeah, nice work. Really well done. No problem. Glad I could capture some demonic beasts, too. Anyway, have fun. Okay, I've got a great spot. Now all that's left is to invite her yourself. Oh, come on! At least come with me! Do it. You'll be glad you did. Okay, I'll try. The truth is, there's something I've been wondering about ever since I was summoned. A new trailer? No, I haven't. I just know that it's got its release date. The journal entry for the final day of that glorious, if maybe a little harrowing, summer camp. Why did that other Shu-Fu leave something like that behind? Was she just that sorry? That summer with Master was supposed to be fun, but the guilt basically made it a fantasy. But that doesn't mean she can just leave that guilt to me. What am I supposed to do with it? She was a really good girl. From your perspective, since you admired Lady Yu so much, Mashu is exactly the kind of person you'd want to be by your side. If you want to laugh at me for being selfish, go ahead. I've been working hard enough that I deserve to enjoy my time in the sun. The summer sun, most especially. At any rate, I've been thinking about what I should do if I ever got a chance to talk to Mashu. I talk about it in hypotheticals, but I've passed up every chance I've had yet. What you think is the best timeline for Shiro and Fate? I mean, I like the Fate route. That's still my favorite, so I'll go with that. Then you'll just have to do the best you can on your own. And then, just when I work up the courage, Master goes and says that. Damn it, why couldn't you just do it for me? It'd be easy for you. Then again, that sense of ease is exactly why it has to be me. I get that. It's important for me to be the one to invite her. I think that's probably what the other summer Shufu wanted too. Oh well, guess if someone's going to grant my wish, it'll have to be me. Okay, take a deep breath and call out her name loudly and clearly. Is she actually here? Then when she turns around, work up all your courage again and... would you like to, hang out? Together? Oh man, I probably came across as super creepy. Let's hope she's willing to see past that. Looks like she's got more people looking out for her than she thought. Wait, how do you agree? Oh wait, never mind. Well, that was worth it, I guess. That worked out, I guess, is what I meant to say for Shufu. I was reading a comment and trying to process the story at that point. Okay, well, that wound up being much shorter than I had in mind. I was told that perhaps this game's got 13 sections, which means 11, 12, 13 isn't even that much. I think I might save the next live stream for when I can do the rest in one go. I'll do one more day of it, which might be sometime next week. Maybe Monday? We'll have to see, because I'm not sure. So right now, tentatively, I'm thinking Monday. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Isn't there a website that tells you the release dates? Maybe, but I don't have to be that strict about it, I don't think. I also have my own personal plans, so there's that, of course. But yeah. Okay, well, I'll talk to you guys later. You checked the wiki and this does have 13 sections. Well, thank you, NekoCat. That does help clarify things. And yeah, until next time, celebrate your fandom.